The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Greetings.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the 2 remaining Dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat. I don't want to do this in front of my sister.
Why not? She knows the slope of the land, don't you, girl? Listen to the kid. She knows the deal you made. She keeps her head down and does whatever jobs I don't want to dirty my fists with. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brat. Then you both go free, and I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life. That's what everyone likes. A castless with a big mouth. But I didn't come for the joy of your company. I've been looking at my investments, and this one hasn't borne much gold. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Everyone needs me. Because everyone has things they want, and my Carter, we're the ones who provide. Until you can do that, you're nothing but some whore's little sister. So shut up and do as you're told. A few do a good job, and you might work your way up to footpad one of these days. Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now. And I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that. You know how desperate the nobles are for more children? They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate. And we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward. Yes, that is, I hope. He certainly seems charming. He treats me like a real lady, not just someone to tumble and forget. I don't want to say, in case I'm wrong. It just seems too mad to think of one of the most important men in Orzammar with someone like me. Anyway, time is rusting and I need to get dressed. These fashions will be the death of me. 100 buttons on each sleeve. And Lesky's probably already outside waiting for you. You know the other options. Cleaning middens, begging, going to the surface. No. Unless you find a way to save us all from Darkspawn and become a paragon. We're pretty much on Barat's leash for life. It wouldn't be the first time. Garrelon the Blood Risen was born castless, you know, before he went to the surface. And he came back and won the throne. Many paragons have humble origins. All that matters is that the Assembly recognizes their achievements. And once they get that vote, they found their own house, and are as noble as if the ancestors themselves had made it so. So what are you standing around here for? Go do something great. Maybe you will. But then, we can only serve as Barat demands. And he won't like it if either of us is late. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you tonight.
Who's that? Why are you bothering me? Rika? Don't you sass me, you ungrateful brat. I made you, and I can make another just like you. Please, Mother, I hate it when you get like this. What? Am I embarrassing you? Don't want anyone to see that dear old Mam's a lush? Is that it? She's got the body. Might as well use it before a couple of kids twist it out of shape. Take her! You think I need you here? You think I need anyone?
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl. You're just jealous because you want the majesty of Lesky for yourself, you shameless hussy. What do you say? I kinda hoped you'd forgotten that. But as much as I'd love to keep chatting, we'd better get down to business. No such luck. Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back. All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters. Poetry to my ears, Selraka.
Hey, gorgeous. You looking for something to keep you warm tonight?
Spare Silver. My boy needs medicine.
What are you doing here?
Brands walking around like they...
Lesky, you old scamp. What are you doing here? Trying to charm me out of another set of ribbons for your girl?
Trying to talk you into being my girl, Olinda. You know my heart's breaking for you.
Don't you go saying that around my husband. Who's your friend? You're welcome to look around. I'll slide on the markup since you're Lesky's friend, but I can't give anything away for free. Just don't touch anything if you can't meet the price.
Found her body.
No, tool.
Don't look at me like that.
Two bits for the needy.
Oh. Well, what are you staring at? It's one sodding copper bit. You want me to sing your praises? Yes, sir. Pleasure, sir. Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits, no? Pleasure working with you, son. I seen your man at Tapster's. I was waiting out back, but they wouldn't tip me the dregs off the ale barrel. Said it was going to compost. But I saw another Brad there with his surface money, and they served him. Called him Oskias, sir. You think I got that close? Tavern keepers, they know all I have to pay with is dirt. Now get out of here, you're scaring off the other pockets. Alms. Alms for the poor.
Red prices on all arms and armor.
Won't get very far if you keep stopping to chat. What's up? My father's birthday gift to me. Same as you. They say the original casteless were criminals whose houses disowned them, or folks who insulted the ancestors by leaving for the surface. But most of us now, we're just the poor fools whose parents were dumb enough to bear us. Sure. Prove to the Assembly that you're the embodiment of virtue and convince the majority of noble families to elect you a paragon. Then you're solid gold. Short of that, if your sister can get herself stuffed with some noble's son, she'll be raised to be an official concubine. And as her immediate family, you'll go with her. Because the nobles can't imagine anyone wanting to live anywhere but here. They don't want anybody polluting Orzammar with Skyre's ideas, so they say if you come back casteless. As far as I hear, humans have their lords and their peasants, and everyone hates the elves. But to them, all dwarves look alike. That face brand, they don't even notice it. Because the nobles can't imagine anyone wanting to live anywhere but here. They don't want anybody polluting Orzammar with Skyre's ideas, so they say if you come back casteless. Hey, what Lesky don't know about the card is not worth knowing. Unless you're maybe higher up and you know things I don't. If I knew that, you think I'd still be running the streets with you? But seriously, be careful. You try to get Barat's attention by being too good, he'll think you're a threat and dump you in the deep roads. Stay too quiet and he may decide you're worthless and do the same. The way I hear it, he just stepped up. Plenty of smuggling went on before, but Barat put it all under his protection and spread around enough coin and muscle to back it up. He practically has a private army on his estate, and he's bought enough guardsmen that no one ever looks. Smuggling mostly. A lot of stuff grows up top that folks down here got no other access to. And the Skyres up there will give them by the wagon in return for gold or some shiny magic lyrium. Half the casteless in Orzammar seems like. I haven't met most of them. Barat doesn't like the grunts to get too cozy. Jarvia's his main lieutenant this month. She practically runs the estate. And I hear he's been drilling her mine, if you know what I mean. Now you're showing some sense. Come on.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come. Are you gonna take that tiresome, the world is against me attitude? I'm sorry. I've nothing you would want. I don't sell rags and rotten food. I don't know how you casteless can live like that. You certainly don't choose to live any other way. If you were on the surface, you could open a shop, claim land, and start a farm, and get legally married by the human chantry. Orzammar is the only place in the world that will treat you like this. Yet you all stay. I'll never understand it. And what has the stone done for you? At least on the surface, you won't be rejected by your fellow dwarves. It always seems sad to me that our homeland is the one place in this world where you're likely to be killed by a fellow dwarf. Now, unless you're gonna buy something, I need to unload and get home before the rain sets in. That's water from the sky, by the way. Fine, but try to steal anything and I'm calling the guards.
This place is going to the nugs. Cast this running around.
The ancestors were smiling on my bets today. Another round for the house.
They say the warrior
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful, Ascaius. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name? Hey, you can't just... This is a public place. You got no right. I know people. I'm under the personal protection of a Nor Barat. Try stealing from me and he'll... Oh no. What did he tell you? He doesn't think I'd play the turncoat, does he? Because that would be too much. I don't think I could handle... Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him.
Keep him still. I'm gonna search his bags.
Wait, I do have some lyrium. It's just ore. I made a side deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Barat his cut, I swear. I'd be crazy not to.
Suicidal, one might say.
Surfacers pay good coin for lyrium. Mages up there, they use it for their spells. Smiths use it in enchanted weapons. I just took the money and ran. I mean, back to Barat to share the profits. Not long. I mean, I'm not cheating him. I mean, this is my first time. Oh, please don't kill me. I've got a lot of lyrium. Maybe we could work something out. Share and share alike. I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore, sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say? I got buyers up top who'll take me down fast if I turn up empty. Please, I can give you 1 nugget. That's a lot of silvers.
Are you breathing smoke? Barat will kill you if he catches you with his lyrium. Not unless you find a merchant who doesn't work with Barat, you won't. Tell you what, cut me in 50 and we'll take it to Olinda. Remember her? She likes me and refuses to work with the old man.
Then what happens to me?
We'll have to tell Barat he's dead. If he ever finds out...
He won't. I swear. You'll never see me in Orzammar again. Thank you. You're as kind as you are beautiful. May the ancestors bless your steps.
Was that smart? If Barat finds out Oscaius ran, he'll kill you. He'll kill me. He'll make you kill me, then yourself. Then he'll probably stew us and serve us to the poor. We should sell this quick and report back before Barat starts wondering what's taking so long. Unless you think we should give it all to Barat. He'd probably buy that. If he knew what Oscaius was hoarding, he wouldn't have sent us to look, right? Unless he was testing us. You're the boss.
What are you two doing back here? Well, that's not what I was expecting to hear cross those lips. Where exactly would someone like you pick up lyrium? I can guess who you might have got this gift from. Lesky, you know I don't do his business.
This is just us. Shaper's honor. You won't get him with Barat if you buy it.
How much do you have? I can give you 30 silvers per nugget.
Only 30?
It's less than it's worth, I won't lie to you. But the market for its topside, and that won't be easy for me to reach. And I'll have to find a buyer who won't ask where it came from. For that, I can't afford more than 30. All right then, let me take that off your hands. And you probably shouldn't come around here for a while, just in case.
Do you mind? I have nothing you can afford, and as long as you're here, no one else will come. Fine. The
king is old. His rule won't hold much longer.
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests than Trian.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. We'll finish this later. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Ascaius? One lousy nugget. You want me to believe that's all he got off with?
He said he kept most of it topside. That was all he had on him.
Very interesting. Seeing how my cousin was at the tapsters this afternoon. And he says he saw something change hands between you and Ascaius. And then the duster sodding stood up and walked out on his own 2 feet. Does that sound like what I asked? Jarvia, what does that sound like to you?
Sounds like some jumped-up face brands thought they could take a bribe and let him walk free. That's just not right.
The lady says it's not right. You wouldn't disagree with a lady, would you? Do you really think that right now's the time to get clever with me?
Right. I mean, no one's gonna say spit to you, Barat. But we can't move that free. We needed to get Ascaius somewhere private. We took him to the lava sinks behind the mines. You won't be seeing him again.
You think I'll trust you over my own blood? This one's been thinking to defy me since the day we met. Thinks she's got some big britches to fill. And she's never checked to see she doesn't have anything to put in them. You're both on loose sand with me, but I'll give you one more chance. One job. Not if you know what's healthy for you. This one, I want you invisible. The Warrior cast is hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last man standing, you know the sort of thing. They're showing off for some gray warden who's looking for candidates to drag off to a life of eternal glory. Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing. Are you out of your big hollow skull? No brand's allowed to hold steel in the proving ring. It would be an insult to the ancestors.
Not to mention the conceit of the Warrior cast.
I just want you to make certain the right man wins. There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Everd's a long shot. Just got back from a deep roads offensive. Some young buck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand? The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find Everd, see who he's fighting and when. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight. You bet you will. Here's your pass to get on the grounds. The proving starts as soon as the clock strikes. And when I say I have coin on this, I'm not talking about some pittance, like the value of your life. If I don't see Everd's name on the winner's sheet, you'd better make sure I never see you or your sister ever again. If you've got any questions, ask Jarvia or Leslie.
Go back to your dirt pile, scum.
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds. Looks legitimate. Go on through, then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
Stone's embrace. That's one of them.
Stone met, and blessings on your house. That was the proper greeting for an outsider last time I visited Orzammar. Has it changed, or is there a reason you're looking at me so strangely? We do the same in my part of Ferelden. Hello, then. My name is Duncan. I'd say of the Grey Wardens, but I suspect you already know that. Pleased to meet you. Ah, of course. That's what the face brand means, then. I remember that now. For saying hello? My friend, to a Grey Warden, nothing short of a slavering darkspawn waking you in your bedroll counts as harassment. Actually, I'm glad I met you. Whenever we come to Orzammar, we always stay in the Diamond Quarter. You forget how much of the city you miss. The Wardens are always looking for those who have the courage to spend their lives in battle against the Darkspawn. It's rare we find those with both the skill and the will. The best Wardens are ruthless to their enemies, compassionate to their friends, and inspiring to their troops. It's a lot to look for, but I hope to find it here, and I hope you also may find what you are looking for.
Did you see that person? Oh, sweetheart.
Sod it. He's stone drunk. He could draw a dead man for his bout and still lose. Barat's gonna kill us if we slip up here. He's already jumpy enough after that stunt with Oscius. Hey, I just had an idea. So, you've been rubbing my nose at how you're the meanest thing with a blade, right? Evaird's armor is over there, and you're about the same size. Right. I'll keep watch for the guards. Don't put on that armor until you're done. It's a little conspicuous, you know?
Hey, only fighters are allowed in these chambers. Who are you? How about you come back after the fight, and I'll show you how I like being served. This is the most exciting day of your life, no? I bet you'll still be telling your grandchildren about the day you met the great Minar. Very well. You may fill your eyes with whatever you need to tell your tale, but touch nothing. And I want you out of here in a heartbeat if my fight is announced. I still have to prepare.
Bout 3 is next. Officer Minar versus the warrior Evaird. Fighters, make final preparations, then report to the ring.
No more time. Make sure you have everything and go tell the Proving Guard you're ready to fight. And don't forget to keep your helmet down.
Stone met, Averd. I believe it is time. May fortune favor your fight, Averd. Are you ready? As you say.
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for our honored guests, the Grey Warden. The warrior Averd, son of Galton, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Kar Ellerin.
Stone Chooser, honor of the heart. Outside. Let's just fight.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
I can do it. We fight for honor! As you say. Damn! Best be wary. Don't be a fool.
Yatta.
Most excellent!
The winner is Averd! A truly memorable fight. The young cadet vanquishes the wily veteran. Healer, see to his injuries. The warrior Averd, son of Galton, will fight last year's Journeyman Division champion, Hidalgo, proven in glory before the stone.
You honor me with this fight. May we both win glory in the eyes of our lords.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
As you say. I can do it. As you say.
The winner is Averd! The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embraced a new champion on their field. The warrior Averd, son of Galton, will fight Lenka, silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today. First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
I shall do it.
The winner is Averd! Lenka went to the stone without a sound, as befits her vows. But it wasn't hard to see the blood that was spilled. Averd will advance to the final bout to determine the true champion of the ring against...
What? Time out already? Hey! That's my armor!
Who are you? How dare you disrupt this sacred...
Wait, I know that man. That's Averd. Then what imposter did I fight?
Remove your helmet, warrior, and let all who watch you see your face. Your skills are impressive, but you are one man. Show yourself, lest I call the guards and have them do it for you. castless. You insult the very nature of this proving. Guards, take this filth away.
Hold your man, I pray you. This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
We are honored by your presence, Warden. But this proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This woman is no warrior. She is castless, rejected by the ancestors. Her very footsteps pollute the stone. She has no place here.
Except as your champion.
Are you awake yet? Psst. Can you hear me? How hard did they sodding hit you anyway? Did you have to put up such a fight? As soon as everyone saw your face brand, the place went mad. Shut all the doors, examined everyone for family and caste. One of the guards recognized me and figured we must be working together. They burned 3 candles to the stump interrogating me about who put us up to this. I think they knew, you know, about Barat. Huh. I guess not. I mean, I've been in most of them. They don't usually have this many bloodstains on the walls. Any chance you see a way out?
Good, you're awake. Barat will be glad to hear that. You caused a lot of trouble today. Barat lost 100 sovereigns for Lord Volney. The entire proving was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Barat was in when he told me to get you. All he needs to know is that you exposed him before the entire warrior caste. Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a threat. Enjoy your last night together. Sorry we had to put you in separate cells, or I'd suggest you have a last tumble. Barat will be by soon to make sure you maintain your silence.
If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what... we've done.
As you say. It shall be done. I shall do it. Very well. It is begun.
Tell me what to do.
I am armed. I shall do it.
My fist. On your face.
As you say.
You would like something? More enemies ahead. It shall be done. It is begun. Watch out! Very well.
Cutting the whore free. If that freak of a sister of hers can't stay in her place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Rika? That the one you got all done up in lace? I've been wanting to get my hands on that.
I know what you mean. She's yours if you want her, boys. And let me tell you, it tastes as good as it looks. What in sod all is that doing out of its cage? Come on, boys. The little whore needs to learn her place.
Watch out!
See him there all when we're done with you, and you just charged in and sodding slaughtered him. You have to be the luckiest duster in Orzammar. Barat's dead, and we're standing here. Hail to the sodding king!
Well, he sure was talking like she's still alive. But I won't turn down the chance to go take another peek. Hey, could you tell Rika I killed him? I mean, it doesn't do you any good if she thinks you're the most virile warrior in all the stone. Whoa. Don't push it, Salraka. Barat kept his place by making sure it was always dusters like us who took the fall. Right now, half of Orzammar knows who you are. We've got to lay low for a while. I'm trying to make sure you don't do something stupid. Maybe in a long time, when everyone's forgotten what happened today, we can see who's left to challenge us. And maybe, if Barat's family topside doesn't figure out who killed him, they'll keep doing business with us. And maybe we'll be able to figure out which mining family stocked the Carta with lyrium. And then maybe we'll have the chance to take over. Until then, let's just get out of here.
There they are! Seize the fugitives! Drop your weapons and walk down slowly. We will use force if you resist. He's dead? Barat had many enemies, but also powerful allies.
Barat would have butchered us if she hadn't killed him first.
Your friend has once again demonstrated her courage. We Grey Wardens travel far and wide in search of those with the potential to join our ranks. It seems I have found one. Let me make my offer formal. I, Duncan of the Grey Wardens, extend the invitation for you to join our order.
This woman is wanted for treason. You can't do this.
I can, and I am. It would mean traveling to the surface lands and thus leaving your people, but it does offer you the chance to strike a blow against the Darkspawn and the Blight. Then before these witnesses, I hereby recruit you into the Grey Wardens. Know that you are most welcome.
This is highly irregular. The warrior families will be most upset.
Look at you, you duster. A warden. And to think I knew you when you were stealing bread.
Before we brave the deep roads, I would like to make you a gift of this mace, since you have so few possessions of your own. It was once wielded by the warden Forel Idukan. I believe he was related to your king. I know you will continue his proud example. Goodbye, my friends, and thank you for your hospitality. We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
I remind you that you speak to the King of Ferelden.
Don't worry, Duncan. You must both be eager to reach your tents. Have you any news before I go?
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true Blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. True. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. You must not speak of the king so. He is overeager, perhaps, but he is also one of the few Grey Warden allies. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can, and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay. I agree. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.